And then if you use it, I will murder your entire family.
You will get punished, Curtis style.
If you don't watch the videos, he'll get upset. If you do, he'll get upset. They're kidding.
I'm upset about it. I feel like there's blasphemy in this house.
I can't do that.
And I
don't support our channel. You looked at spoilers.
I'm up to here, and it's gonna fly away, and I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
anyway.
Yeah, see, with the camera thing situation screwed up, I can't give you guys the monitor until I can get the other thing fixed. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to TTRP Theater. Here we go, coming in with a nice big crash. That's how I like to do it. How's everybody doing tonight? It is Friday night. Time for, I forget where my camera is. It's down there now. We're the long, strange trip. Manhattan. These eager beavers just waiting for me to shut up and get into it. They can't stand it. I have to do a little pregame, ad lib while I check all the buttons and hamsters and whatnot. But tonight you're going to hear about several different individuals, all who have done some pretty terrible things in their past. Were they out of line? Out of their mind? We'll let you decide. Last week, our characters started to get some memory dumps and are slowly becoming aware of where they are and that they maybe aren't supposed to be there. That became more obvious when A, a couple more tinglies appeared, and B, the players are all very aware of being transported supernaturally. The other NPCs seem to have not noticed or didn't arrive that way. Jerry is still trying to grasp reality after a timeless length of time. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote that. Spent in red light. By the way, the notes regarding what has a current working title of Jerry's many trips while in red light. After all, I didn't get to that scene with him and Madame Merle that I had planned. Anyway, he did make it back, and only to end with shit in his pants. Joel's disadvantage oath of revenge has crept back into its disadvantageous position at the top of her mind due to the emergence of memories of Enoch and Enon that have popped up in her head there at the Bergen. The good doctor is attempting to find the helpful doctor within himself that he has truly left behind many years ago, but the memory loss has sparked something inside. Perhaps it's just fear. He had just offered to take whatever was coming in place of and for Blythe, although I don't feel the gesture was recognized, as she's still in a state from having just torn one of the Tinglies to bits. Joel tried to help, while Sasha and Harvey remembered how they felt about each other, and with a near session-long snog out before everyone appeared in a circle of chairs ready for group therapy. And just before we go there, I'm going to welcome Olivia to Manhattan. This is her first night on the show. This is a different part of the long, strange trip for her, and Heartland wasn't enough, apparently, to scare her off, so she's taken up a very important role for this story, and it will offer up to you viewers a little bit of a subplot, and it is that is how we are going to begin tonight's chapter of the long, strange trip. So I'm going to pull this up real quick. The other four are going to pop off for just a moment. We'll be right back. No, we're not. I didn't get those cameras set. It was just Harvey's face. So I'm not going to do that. We'll just leave him up. It doesn't matter anyways. It was just for effect.
Harvey finally got a spotlight.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Curtis, I fucked up again. Harvey got the spotlight. God. Amari. This happens while you are sleeping. If you have any technical questions, we can discuss it later. As just even to say that sentence, I'm like, she probably has 15 questions about that. You are visited. This is not unknown to you. You visit people in their dreams, or have. And you are visited by somebody that you have not met. If he tells you who he is, it's a name you will recognize as another wanderer, but you have not met. His reputation would be the only thing that precedes him. So I'll just let you can play as ignorant as you like, even if you don't want to be and want me to fill you in later, that's fine. Otherwise, for you, here's the other advantage. It had Henry D. Green on the, except now I just said it, on the other frame. That's why I wanted to go to the other scene. So Sasha isn't Sasha. Sasha, at this moment, our illustrious Invisible Duke, who is certainly not invisible, will be reprising his role as Henry D. Green, Esquire. And Henry, why don't you describe, it's your setting, your physicality, I almost called you Eleanor. Amari, you can attempt to run away or something like that, but if you were to run, you would run right back into the space that you're in. So any attempt to eliminate or get yourself out of the dream as opposed to deal with it will result in failure. So just enjoy the ride, as it were. Henry, what does she see?
There's a bar in Las Vegas called Seven Deuce. It's dive. Dark red velvet booze in a dingy room. Smells of smoke and old spilt liquor. Old plastic ashtrays sit on every table. There's a pool table in the back. A Budweiser lamp over the top. 10 worn stools at the bar. Henry sits in the middle of the bar, facing the mirror in the back. A bottle of Old Crow on the bar, and 2 glasses. He fills his and fills the second.
Okay. Mara's pretty interested. Definitely not gonna attempt to run away. It's not usual that they get visitors. So slides right up next to him. Raises the glass. Cheers.
Salutations.
Who sent you?
Oh, I am here of my own free will. You are Amari, yes?
Sure am.
Good.
Who are you?
I'm a wanderer, scholar, bit of a ritualist, a tad bit of a drinker. I've heard tell of you, and well, I just had to see for myself.
Did I meet your expectations?
I'm not sure yet. Tell me, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just having fun. What are you doing here? Other than wanting to meet me, of course.
Well, that's it. I'm just,
That's it? No other reason?
no. What do you enjoy about the fun you're having?
Oh, I enjoy the people. I meet so many cool people, so many interesting people, fun stories, fun
Tell me
dreams.
one.
There's one, oh, I don't know how long ago, centuries, maybe just a couple months. It's time. Met a man who just heard voices all his life. Typical. And his voices eventually got to him, and he burned his family's house down. Said there were demons in there.
Were there?
He was one. Maybe, depending on who you ask. I think so. Aren't there demons everywhere?
Depends on your perception.
True. Then there'll be angels everywhere. Depending on your perception.
Well, the angels I try to avoid.
Really? I think those would be the ones you run to.
Then we must not be thinking of the same angels.
Probably not. There's so many out there.
Is there anyone in particular that you run to, Amari?
Can't say. I mostly run away from things or from people. And to be honest.
Where are you having the most fun right now?
Right here with you. Are you having fun?
I wouldn't say fun.
What word
I
would
am
you use
intrigued.
then? Aren't they all? Me too.
Well, Amari, seeing as this is the first time that we have met, perhaps you tell me where you come from? That's small talk, right? Isn't that how people get to know each other? Small talk?
Yeah, I come from everywhere.
No one comes from everywhere. Everyone's from somewhere.
Oh, I don't remember where I come from, which is why I say everywhere. I've been everywhere.
You've been everywhere. Have you been to Red Light?
Which one?
There's more than one.
Never mind, huh?
Amari, no, please, excuse me. I
Oh.
apologize for
No,
interrupting.
please. Okay. Well, if it's the red light, I think you think you're talking about, then I haven't been in a very long time. Have you been there lately?
No, I haven't been there ever.
Too bad. That place is fun.
It is something I hope to find. There are some people there that I'm interested in building relationships with.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
I mean,
Which people?
a man does have his needs.
Absolutely. What are we without needs?
Amari, I'm curious. There's a group of people that I am interested in and have a particular fondness for.
Who are they?
Well, there are many people, have been, think they are. If I was to say the name Harvey Winston, does that ring a bell for you?
Maybe. Harvey is such a common name these days?
These days.
These days. What time are we in? No,
Well,
I
you
can't
said
say
it,
that.
you said it yourself. Time does not exist. Time does not matter. Correct?
This is true. But Harvey Winston, right?
Yes, Harvey Winston.
Should I be looking for him?
No, I would prefer if you didn't.
Oh, really? Why not?
Amari, may I be frank?
Oh, please. I love candor.
You have a reputation. And your reputation, well, I don't need your machinations gumming up the works, so to speak. There are plenty of other people out there, citizens, wanderers, all sorts, sleepers, aware. But Harvey Winston and his friends, well, I'd appreciate it if you got out of the way. A gentleman's agreement.
I am no gentleman, but fine. I will leave him alone for now. And the rest of them, I guess. Although, since you brought it up, it just makes him more intriguing, you know? If I leave them alone, what can you do for me?
Well, what do you need done?
Lots of things done. Can I just say I will call in a favor?
Yes, I can accept those terms.
All right.
So we are in agreement.
Sure. I will, yes.
I reach
I
out,
agree.
I grab the glass out of your hand, I smash it on the bar, I cut your palm open, I spit into your hand, and then we shake hands, and a bright glow comes out between both of our hands.
Doing this the old-fashioned way, huh? It's fun.
Oh, I am definitely one for ritual.
I'll remember that. It's a fun fact.
Well, Amari, I will be awaiting your call.
I look forward to seeing you again. It's been wonderful to meet you, Henry.
Awesome.
I never told you my name. And he shoots back the whiskey and walks out the front door, and the whole thing disappears.
I caught that. I was wondering if you'd catch that. I was just going to let it go. I'm glad you caught it. That was awesome. All right, Amari, that was your dream. You will continue to do whatever it is you do. On this particular day, your curiosity is mostly piqued by, well, it's group day, and there's always something interesting that happens at group. And we return with everybody as you were when we ended the last session. Sasha is Sasha again, none the wiser. And you have all been sent, obviously, from Tingley because of what he did, and have appeared in your chairs as about the time you're all making this sort of recognition is when Dr. McFadden walks in, thumbing through. He's got files, pens, obviously distracted by work, and goes and has a seat. And let me get back to my circle here so I can see where everybody's sitting. He starts out like he pretty much typically does with, hey, everybody, glad you're here. It's a group, and he just gives this new to you, obviously, because this is your first since having your memories back. But group therapy is very important, and you should really take advantage of this opportunity to speak truthfully, when you share. And otherwise, nobody else gets any benefit out of it, because somebody might get some insight into something that you say, and of course you're not going to get anything out of it because you're just not being honest, and that's so very important. And so we're just going to kind of go around the group, or around the circle, in no particular order. How's everybody today? Are you guys all feeling ready to share? Sasha, you're smiling. Henry, you're smiling
Yeah.
too. Oh, have we made a connection?
Totally great. You could say.
Yep.
Well,
Hmm.
I certainly connected with something.
that's a huge turnaround from when we spoke this morning, the both of you. Sasha, this morning you were certainly not smiles.
No, I certainly was not. But I had a bit of a revelation. Doc?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. It's been a good morning. I mean, I can't for the life of me figure out why the fuck I'm here, but
Right.
I'm sure that'll reveal itself in time.
Hmm.
How about you? How was your morning? Did you have a good morning?
I had a busy, as usual. Something odd about your demeanor, Sasha.
Odd.
Yeah. And as the GM, is this when I'm going to clear both Henry and Sasha's eyes for a moment?
Harvey,
sorry. The two of you, having been a little self-obsessed as of late, haven't noticed with all of this flood of memories that the friend that you had that you thought was dead, Blythe, is sitting in your group. And the doctor almost takes your face in some sort of supernatural way, Sasha, and says, "Oh, you're happy," and just pushes your attention to Blythe. And it is only when Harvey, so excited and smiling too, notices your eye path has changed, and then Harvey follows it, and also then becomes recognizes Blythe.
Do we remember anything about her?
It is the end of Manhattan, season 1. Nothing in between has transpired. So you have the last time you remember was the loss of her.
Yeah, I go from kind of snickering and staring at Sasha as he has this interaction, and as I follow his eyes across the room, my expression kind of falls, and it's probably like confusion and sadness that I can't explain.
Blythe. Blythe.
Her eyes are just cloudy and she's looking down. But as soon as you say her name, she looks up, not in recognition, but in fear.
Is she still covered in blood?
It's kind of dried. It's a little crusty at this point, like it's been a minute.
But there's still blood.
You can notice it, yes. I need the two of you that saw her to roll me a keep it together. And
I got her changed.
And
I
Blythe,
feel like, I feel like I washed pretty good, and I have Erica's clothes, I'm sorry, Joel's clothes on.
I got my pants, man.
Okay.
And your sweater.
Oh yeah, and my sweater.
So, I'll say that you don't see any blood unless you want to make a move. Blythe, make a roll +0 for repressed memory. Let's see if we can't wake something up.
13.
a 17.
Sasha, did you keep it together for me?
Yeah, I rolled a 14.
A 14. Okay.
Sasha feels guilt-ridden.
I feel sad.
Whoa. Were we at the same point as we were with stability?
Oh no.
You're fine, Sasha. But you put your stability right back to where it was, or up to 0, or you reset it. Your last break changed you. I thought I had that in part of the intro. I don't know. Maybe I wrote something on another part somewhere, because I was going to cover that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I thought I had it written somewhere so that I could clarify that point. But no. Yes, your last break was your last break. Sasha, you are no longer broken anymore. You've got clarity that came with all of the
I do
memories.
remember you saying that. Okay.
And I have replaced your disadvantage with the new one that
I
will,
see. Okay. My bad.
will
I
pop up
apologize.
at some point. No, it's all right. The
Bad
audience
player.
needs to know too.
Bad player.
So you're all good.
Yeah, Sasha is guilt-ridden.
And okay,
He doesn't believe what he sees right now. With the blood, with all of those things, he thinks that he's staring at a ghost.
Blythe rolled a 17. Let me I love when you put stuff in the same place over and over and over again, and then your brain messes with you and you can't find it. Refresh. There we are. Let me because repressed memories is a disadvantage, so
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to bring up a bad memory, but just because I'm a nice guy and you rolled that, I'm going to let you have a good memory. So in this moment, you're going to recognize Sasha's face if that alleviates any of your initial reaction, but you don't really know who he is. He's just like, like maybe well, when you get to be like me and Duke's age, you go to the grocery store and some kid that you were friends with as a freshman in high school walks in and goes, "Hey, Kurt, man, I ain't seen you in forever." And I'm like, "Okay, so I know you for a long time because you said Kurt, and there's only a handful of people that call me that, but I don't know who you are, but you look okay." It's kind of one of those sort of situations.
Okay.
And everybody else is just, sort of doing their thing. And I'll let you guys have this moment as the doctor just seems to be watching what's going on between the three of them.
Okay.
Observing.
No, I remember you too. Your name is it's Blythe. You're How are you here?
What? I'm here like the rest of us are here. Today, and she's looking at Sasha now. Where did we meet?
We met in the downstairs basement of your husband's apartment. There was a man who wasn't a man. Do you remember?
No.
He
A
took hold of
man?
you. He took hold of your husband. Do you remember? Do you remember what you did?
Sasha, I don't think we should.
What I did? Oh, the blood.
I'll let you roll for it, Blythe, if you want, at a -1.
Oh, okay. Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
What if I say, can I shoot this motherfucker? Does that remind you of anything?
This is not,
We'll
it's
let
a
you
10.
we'll let you do that. It's not gonna do she still is it's gonna get it. I'm gonna let you remember Sasha.
Harvey, I don't think she remembers anything.
And I want you to roll to keep it together.
Me again? What the
Yeah, what's your worst memory of Sasha?
shit?
I'm trying to rack my brain. I can't think of a
I'm
situation.
trying to rack my brain. Didn't we get into a fight?
I'm
Boy,
sure you
did we.
did at some point. I just don't remember what it was.
I don't remember. What is it about? What was it about? This is me being a bad player.
It was about Harvey.
Oh yes.
Oh, because I tried to kiss him?
Ramen noodles.
Yep.
All right,
Shit.
then that's what you get. You get your keep it together, which
That's
is a
a
middle.
12.
So yeah, you're going to lose the stability. You have to choose the disposition. You remember Sasha. I'll let you
Harvey
remember.
is
I'll let you remember
Harvey's
Sasha
the
completely.
only reason that I didn't shoot you in the fucking face.
However, you only remember Harvey
Some
as
bad
this
ramen noodles.
as the star that you were kind of crushing on, or whatever that situation was. And so yeah, you wake up basically in that feeling. So not only do you recognize him, he's the guy that was, you know,
Shit.
all over
Okay,
Harvey.
so
Oh, and there's Harvey like fucking right next to him. It's kind of like one of those
Oh
situations.
God.
okay.
But you don't know
Oh,
Harvey as a friend yet. I'm gonna keep that one back.
shit.
Harvey does look very concerned right now, though.
Ugh. You were Sasha?
Yes, Blythe, I'm Sasha.
Oh my god. Stay the fuck away from me. Harvey, come here. Please protect me.
Okay. Sure.
And she just like runs over to him and like starts groping the heck out of him.
I get up out of my seat and I'll hug her, but I'll stay respectful and just like pat her shoulders and kind of look over at the doctor to see if this is okay.
The doctor has some sort of unusually interested look on his face. However, I'm going to shift the camera just a little bit.
To that guy when I can.
I'm going to shift the camera just a little bit over to Jerry and Joel. While you're watching this all happen, I don't know if Jerry's mind is on. I don't know what Jerry's mind is on at the moment, but if you're observing any of this and not lost in thought, Dr. Kennedy is there. However, he does seem lost in thought. He hasn't said anything. And the orange jumpsuit that is on the bottom of your screen, there's some pictures of some guys in orange jumpsuits that look kind of spooky. I kind of described him at the end of last session, the old guy with the beard. I did describe him as having kind eyes. However, that picture is a little deceiving. Those eyes aren't really kind. However, if you look closely, they're kind of blue, so you can pretend. And he flexed when Harvey moved and is very attentive to what's going on with this group of people and continues to. He's watching with some sort of for a person that nobody knows, overly interested look, where he's looking from them and then looking for the doctor's reaction and then looking at them and then looking for the doctor's reaction and then continuing to look, you can see him responding. So this is, if you wanted to say anything, I don't know why that would make any difference to either of you. I suppose maybe Joel, having just reached some type of connection with Blythe,
She's just kind of sitting back watching all this. She kind of laughs and is thinking to herself that this is better than like Days of Our Lives that her mom used to watch. So she's just kind of giggling about all that, trying to figure out what the F is going on with all these people.
right?
And just kind of like, well, they're insane.
then you probably wouldn't have noticed that little bit. But for the audience, you're watching the TV show, so you get to see that kind of stuff. And Amari, you notice it as well. Yeah, I'm putting you in sort of an observer situation too. Unless you feel that you want to interject something, by all means, come to aid or do whatever you like. And then we'll shift back to Harvey then. And what are you doing, Harvey? Are you making any move towards Blythe, or are you going to go over there? Or
I mean, I just stand when she comes at me, and
that's
if
right,
she
she came at
hugs
you.
me, I'll hug her back and just like give her a very awkward back pat and look at the doctor to see if this is okay, because I don't want to cross any boundaries. I don't want to touch someone if I'm not supposed to. I want to be good. I want to get out. I want to take this man I remember and get out of here and move to the country or something. I don't know. I want to be good. But I see the look on his face and it kind of puzzles me, and I'd like to read a person
You bet.
if I can.
Beautiful.
Okay. Do.
I have a habit of opening handouts and character sheets and then never closing them again.
10. Better than a 9.
And we're reading a person.
Yeah, I'm
You get
reading
to
the
ask a
doctor.
question. What would you like to know? You can pretend I'm the doctor to use the I, if that helps.
How do you feel right now?
The doctor is delighted and curious. And a touch of, well, what he thinks is revenge. Vengeful satisfaction. And curiosity.
Okay.
The Harvey Winston. I can't believe it. I've seen so many of your shows. Oh my gosh. Back in the day
Oh.
where you could go to the Broadway and the oh my gosh. You're here. You're here and oh God, you're just as beautiful as I remember.
Okay. It's we're gonna simmer down there. It's okay. I'm just another person. I'm just a guy in a hospital trying to talk his feelings out and figure his life out. All right. I'd really like to catch up with you, Blythe. And I kind of try to step back and keep her at arm's length with like my hands on my shoulders, like not wanting her to like be close to me, not wanting to cross that boundary, trying to
No.
be a nice guy.
I am breaking that touch boundary. I am touching you whenever I can.
Oh, okay. Maybe we should.
Yeah. The doctor
I'm
finally
sorry,
is going to.
everybody. I'm sorry.
Why don't you guys get in your seats now? This is kind of gone on long enough, don't you think?
Blythe. I'm so sorry. Blythe looks at Sasha. Would you mind switching me seats?
Oh my God.
For you, kid? Anything.
What? You're really gonna oh. I mean, maybe we can do like a sweet like a switcheroo. And I kind of look over at Amari. Would you mind? Could everybody just like maybe like move one seat over so that I can sit between Sasha and Blythe, and we all win. I think that would be fair. Please.
Amari looks at you, like, for you, anything, and pushes the next person over.
Thank you.
The next person is Jerry. Oh, yes, Amari. There has crept
yeah.
up over the last few minutes this incredible odor of poo. And when you go to push Jerry,
Sit.
yeah, Jerry, are you going to get up and change seats? What do you do, Jerry?
Jerry doesn't resist. He gets up, finds a new seat, and just grinning ear to ear, Just
I'm smiling.
so
and
happy
Thank you
that
guys so
someone
much.
is gonna
Like,
have to suffer with him.
I'm so sorry to make you all do this. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't seen her in a long time, and there's just a lot to catch up on. You guys are all amazing. Thank
No,
you
it's
so much.
it's fine. I got a seat for you right here.
How
Yeah.
many friends do you have in here?
She just scoots her chair silently as close to Harvey as possible, so they're like right next to each other.
Kind of sit like
That's
more on the
adorable.
edge of mine. It's not that I don't want to be close to you, but this is a lot. Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like the attention has been on me for enough time. I also had a great morning, but who else wants to share?
The doctor is about to start to say something to help sort of, moderate and bring things around. Blythe, you can continue just to ogle, pay as much attention to what's going on, or eyeball longingly at Harvey Winston's your prerogative. But as the doctor gets ready to do this, one of the guys in the jumpsuit, not the old one, but the one that looks kind of like a gangbanger.
Get up here. Get up
In,
here.
in the picture, his shirt is off. I had imagined that he came in to group.
on.
You guys didn't come into group the way I had initially thought of it, but with his shirt off and then having been made to put his shirt back on, you can't see all of those tattoos. But he's just kind of that sort of character from obviously the criminal wing. And he's the one that begins talking and telling a story about, every man has a breaking point, no matter who they are. And it just never seems, it always seems that nothing can push a man past his breaking point faster than a woman. And he just starts to go off on this like misogynistic tirade. And every once in a while, he'll eke in this little sentence or some fact that kind of lets you know about some of the things that he's obviously unwilling to admit to, and is being ever cautious to not say something, or he thinks he's being cautious enough to not say something as to incriminate himself. And he starts telling this story. I was like, I went down to the clinic, and because stuff started dripping. You know what I'm saying? Dripping like a lava lamp. And so I go down to the clinic, and they start asking questions like, who am I fucking? Who's giving me blowjobs? And like they need to know any of this stuff, asking me all these kind of questions. And I know who it is the whole time. So like I'm calling her, and finally, right? Like calling, like, hey, leaving messages. Hey, this is Aaron calling for like the 85th time. I got my test results back, and doctor said shit ain't looking too good for me. So, guess whose house I'm coming to right now? You better lock your fucking doors, bitch. That kind of stuff. And just starts going off on this thing, but never really alluding to the fact that his girlfriend got him a venereal disease, and he most likely killed her. He doesn't relate any part of the crime, although he does keep doing this sort of strangling gesture with his hands when he gets worked up. And that goes on until somebody has something to say, if anybody dares. The doctor, for anybody who wants or notices, doesn't seem to interrupt him until it starts to go on to a point of being uncomfortable, and to the point to where even he notices he can't really express anymore without divulging details.
Oh, Joel just starts laughing as soon as he is going too far, and she just looks at him and goes, "Yo, shut the fuck up. No one cares how you murdered your girlfriend, bro."
Man, I want to make you roll something. Hang on.
I have been like super absorbed in this story and
Yeah.
just like so many facial expressions as I follow this man on his emotional roller coaster, and I'm just shell shocked. Like, he didn't really do that, did he?
Oh, 1,000%.
Joel, make me a roll plus 0.
Oh, shit. Here we go. No, I can do it. 14.
14. He gives you a look that is one of those looks like, man, if we were someplace else and I had a gun on me, I'd kill you right now. It's kind of the look he gives you. And then he starts to blur a little. And your cell phone starts ringing from underneath the chair. What do you do?
Oh, my cell phone is ringing. I mean, I kind of like don't take my eyes off of him as I lean under and grab the phone and then don't look at it and just pick it up. But I don't say anything, I just answer it.
Right. What kind of cell phone would Joel have if she had a cell phone in the time of cell phones? When you were in Manhattan, you didn't have a cell phone, but let's just assume Joel lived to the ripe age of, 50 and at some point
Oh.
acquired a cell phone. What kind would she
I'd
have had?
have like the newest phone. I would keep up to date on that stuff. I
Cool.
like tech.
That's what it is. It's your phone. You recognize it's your phone. You don't even put the 2 and 2 together, right? It's like, oh, it's my phone. You grab it. It says mom.
What? Huh. Okay, that's not fucking funny. Who is this?
Oh, you answer it?
Oh yeah, I've already answered it. I'm not looking.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
looking at the phone. I'm just staring right at
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
what's his face.
Okay. I staring at him, and
Yep.
you answer it. It is. It's your mom. Joel, I need you to grab some milk and ice on the way home. Can you do that for me?
I'm sorry. That's not
Joel,
fucking funny.
this is your hook. You get 10 words, and the phone's gonna click.
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna let you pick whatever 10 words you want, given the knowledge that you have. I'm gonna roll with it. So you can say anything that you want. You've
Oh
had a
god,
couple
and
weeks to
Duke's
think
got
about
fingers
it.
up. Shit. Shit. That doesn't count. I just am in kind of shock for a second, and there's a lot of nothing happening outside of some stuttering and some like uh, and then just you have to get me out of here. You have to do something. And that's all I can put together.
You hear a Joel, what? And click, it's dead. And you remember the gangbanger telling his story, who had been sitting across from you. Nobody else here sees anything. Joel's still staring him down, as far as you know. And you're once again staring him down. Now, roll me, keep it together. Aaron, the sex guy, for those of you who are keeping track, that was the sex portion of sex, drugs, money, murder, and group therapy. And you've all probably already figured out the group therapy part.
I got a 12. It's still better than a 9.
A 12. So you're going to lose a stability. It's your mom. I'm going to make you lose 2. And then as you, I'm assuming you're just going to plop back down in your chair. Your badassness probably leaves, but I'm going to leave that up to you. How does this, but you have to tell us all how this makes you feel.
So I've got a little bit of memory back. I know what happened with them, right? So I know that whole story. I'm pretty much just at a loss. And while I'm at a loss, I'm still finding some way to be mad and I'm pissed at this Aaron guy because he's being a doucher.
It just seemed
So
like normal for him.
I just kind of pop off and yell at him, and it's not really concise, and there's really no rhyme or reason for it. Pretty much just scream in his face that if he wants to fucking say something, he can say something, or we can go outside, or do it right here if he'd like. But I don't move from the chair because I'm also trying not terribly hard to fight him because I am like a little upset. It's more of like I'm just pissed at the world.
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't have given you the energy to do it anyways. You can say it. It does, for some reason, nobody seems to be paying attention because as that's coming out, he's paying attention. He's just kind of laughing at you. You're a girl. He didn't give a shit. And there's somebody who's coming into the room. The door opens, which makes a distracting amount of noise. And an orderly brings in a young woman about, I don't know, maybe 21, 22, maybe as old as 24 or 5. You can't really tell. And she's got bright red hair. And Dr. McFadden says, "This must be the new one. This must be heaven." And she's all smiles, quiet. She doesn't seem to be like out of place or distraught or anything like that. She does seem a little out of place in regards to her demeanor, or she's frequenting these places often and is familiar. And goes to, I'm going to pretend that the seats got shuffled around because I didn't make a point out of it then. There was still some residue that had leaked through the pants on that chair, Amari, but there was an empty chair still left at the table. So I'm going to assume that once you saw it, however we didn't role play it, you would have shifted those around.
Yeah, for sure.
We just didn't role play the poo in the chair out. It was my own. That was a safety measure for me. And so you get that. And so she goes over and kind of stops at that chair that those in the know it is to be defiled, and looks at it for a little bit. And the doctor sits back down. And after a few seconds, depending on because how much of this you would be actually paying attention to, I have no idea because you're all in a mental hospital. But she stands there and looks at it for a few minutes. And then none of you can actually see the seat. She eventually smiles and then comes into, goes around to the front of it and sits down. We all assume it was still dirty, but we don't know for sure. And that is when the doctor shifts the attention to the bearded patient who has been also staring at Blythe this whole time, although she doesn't really notice that, but he has been, if anybody else had been paying attention. And that's when the doctor sort of directs the conversation in that direction. And he says, Tom, why don't you talk about where you left off from last time? And he seems to ignore the doctor for a minute or doesn't recognize them. The doctor says, Tom, are you listening to me? And he snaps, yeah, that bitch Tammy, she took off with all my money, and so I stalked her. She was out of her league. Yeah, she don't know who she fucked with, right? Yeah, that was pretty much it. That's what happened. That's what happened. And he tells that story. So anybody who had anything to do with Tom, give me a roll +0, please.
So you mean all of us?
Yeah, I don't know, except Amari, of course.
Would that be
Oh, I guess
percentage
or
wise?
Jerry.
I
Yeah,
talked to
Jerry.
him on the phone.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
right.
Jerry did too.
I didn't like him. Would that be for a disadvantage? Because then stability would.
It is for, yes, repressed memory disadvantage.
Okay, well then I'm a 14 out of 15 because I didn't get the -1 slapped in there and didn't hit
Aw.
disable. So... Oh shit, Harvey.
9. Ah, my stability.
So
stability.
you said before you rolled, Harvey, that you didn't really like Tom, or that you had a problem with Tom.
Yeah, I never liked Tom. I never liked how creepy he was, how he would always call trying to get a hold of Blythe. I hung up on him many a time. And when I see this man named Tom staring at Blythe in such a way, instead of kind of making my distance from her, I scooch closer to her and I kind of do that, like put an arm around the back of the seat, just protectively. I'm still not touching her, but
Right.
I get a different stance about me.
With that roll on a repressed memory is gonna, you can still do that. However, your protectiveness is fueled by that. That's how you remember Tom at this moment, and the memories that you associate with Blythe that are negative are also focused on him, right? So all of that energy, right? Because you just had this, all this emotional that hit you, and now you have something to focus that emotion on because you know he's connected to it, and you're going to lose 2 stability, and you're going to, in front of everybody else, black out.
Oh, God.
While you are attentively staring down Tom and all of this is rolling through your head, it's sort of like a tunnel vision. And that's when everybody else sees you black out. What you see is sort of a similar situation that I kind of described to Joel, is sort of this, everything sort of fades into this blurriness. And what does have focus in front of you is what looks, it reminds you of that redhead that just walked in if she was about 400 years old, all crouched down so that she looks like she's almost in a complete ball. She's so hunched. But when she takes a couple steps towards you, you realize that even though she's only about 3.5 feet tall, from, you know, if you can imagine like the worst situation with, you know, as that old age takes a person and just continues to press down on them over and over and over, year after year after year. But they've got the energy to keep that mobility going, and sort of takes a couple of quick, very creepy steps towards you. And she's fingering this pendant around her necklace. And she looks at you and she goes, "You're one too." And that's when we go to break. Because I just saw what time it was. I already had you do a keep it together.
I know who that is.
So I'm gonna let you hang on that. When we come back, it will be sort of the you're gonna be back with its memory. So yeah, we're gonna go to break, and we'll be right back. All right. Oh yeah. Let's see. I got sound. Okay, that's good. Just a couple of issues, as you can see. Let me fix some cameras here real quick. We had a computer death, and things have just gotten crazy. So bear with us just for a few minutes. I wanted to go ahead and make sure that we came back. Besides, it was the end of our reel. Here I'm cropping myself as if I have a frame to go behind. I don't have a frame because my frame system already got messed up, so I'll leave that alone. Let's see. We got a Mario over here. What kind of... we were with Joel. And... right? That's who we were with, Joel?
Well, Harvey just blacked out. I was the other one that rolled poorly.
Yes.
And
Yeah, I blacked out and saw the hag with a necklace.
Right. And you'd already done the keep it together, so we come back from that vision.
Dude, did I roll another keep it together? Because I just
No.
rolled for my disadvantage.
I had everybody roll a keep it together who just
Okay.
saw Blythe, right?
No, you had us all roll +0.
For Tom.
And then I had you and Harvey, roll keep it together after the recognition.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm being purposefully slow here. Well, let me ask you this then, Harvey. What do you do when you come back from that vision? It's kind of like it's been a couple, you feel like it's been a couple minutes. For everybody else, it's just time has not stopped, changed in any way, shape, or form. You don't know anything has happened. But I feel like I just made you roll keep it together. But if I didn't make you roll keep it together, this is a keep it together moment. So why don't you go ahead and roll it, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I rolled one for Blythe, but after going into that vision, I did not. And I agree.
I just get afraid of asking for too many rolls back to back. Somebody said that to me once, and so now I obsess over it.
It's great. We're in group therapy.
Okay.
18. Wow.
Sweet.
Bitch is fine. Pick yourself up off the floor.
So if anyone is paying attention to Harvey at all, I'm staring at Tom suspiciously, and then I kind of freeze up and stare off at nothing for a moment, eyes completely unfocused, and then kind of blink when I come back to, and I'm able to, through superior acting skill, hide the fact that I'm kind of freaked out right now.
Except I know all of those things about you, and so Sasha leans in. What is it?
Did you see that?
See what?
There was I don't know, some kind of witch or something.
What? Where?
I don't want to. Not here. I don't want the doctor to think that I'm losing progress. I'm making good progress. Can I tell you later?
Making progress? Hold on. Okay.
Just keep going.
Yeah, fine. You can tell me later.
Okay.
And I'm going to start looking around the room.
I do want to point out, I just kind of like nod at him, and I just kind of like also nudge and point at the doctor, who I'm assuming, is he still enjoying all of this?
Yes, he is taking no active role. He is observant and going to be that pretty much in every situation unless I interject with him. Just to make him not that completely intrusive. Otherwise, I'd be coming in and talking over your scenes all the time.
Is there anybody else in the room that, I mean, can I tell that she's looking, can I tell that he's looking at Tom? Do I realize that that's Tom?
Why don't you give me an observe a situation? Just because you're noticing Harvey, you're noticing things, you're in the picking up vibe mood. Let's see what you pick up. Welcome back, Blythe. Sorry for your computer troubles. No struggle or no worries. It happens. I deal with it every day. I naturally account 4 hours of my day for troubleshooting. So.
We love you just the same.
Yep. You got a 19.
I got a 19.
So, all right. Give me a couple questions. They don't have to be the ones from the book, but you can use those.
What is being hidden from me?
Oh, good question. Man, my gut answer is everything.
You have to be specific.
Yeah. What are you looking at? Give me some. Give me a guide.
More than anything else, it's the people in this room that I don't know yet. That's what What is being hidden from me about them?
The memory of some of these people in this room is being hidden from you. And go ahead and ask your second question first. I was going to give you a bonus.
What currently poses the biggest threat?
Hold on. I have to refer to my notes.
Don't tell me it's the strange girl sitting right next to me, please, because I can't play both sides of that with two different characters in the same brain.
Right.
But that's what you're gonna tell me, isn't it, you son of a bitch?
No, I was kind of going that way, but it's a little bit different than that, because really it's almost kind of the same thing. I'm going to tell you this: you feel as if you are in a trap, trapped in a trap. Everything is dangerous to you. Like your spidey sense, everybody pings. The people that you know, well, I just gave you all of Harvey. I didn't give you everybody. The people who you don't have the memories of, you know them, you don't know how, and they all ping higher. The person who is the most dangerous in the room to you, besides yourself, is Dr. Kennedy.
That's a good answer. That's a good motherfucking answer.
So, but yeah, you're getting, I'm going to make you the clear one. So, you don't know how you know them, but you know them. You know, you feel comfortable with these people. You know that their reality is being hidden from you. And so I'm going to let you, out of everybody, as I continue to fix these people, you're putting it together. So you feel free to ask to observe anytime you want, and I will leave you with that information and shut up.
Yeah,
What do you
by Harvey's answer, you can guess that I fully believe that I am in a mental hospital
Yeah,
to get
Sasha,
better.
he reaches over and he's just gonna like gently kind of rub the top of your hand, like just with his index finger. You know what I mean? Just very lovingly, like, I'm here. I'm not pressing, but I'm here. And just sit back in his chair.
My shoulders kind of relax, and I shoot him a small smile and keep my hand there.
And remember, Harvey, too, that your memories about Sasha have been flooding back. So at this point, I'm going to put you at just about equal with him. I'm not going to worry about any sort of difference. So you know Sasha for who he is and your history.
Okay.
So sort of the similar feelings for the others that you might have some confusion about.
Do you think this little stolen moment would have restored any stability at all?
I could certainly roll to help. I would totally try.
No, I'll let you have it. You can have one for free if you want to roll for a second. I'll let you do that.
Okay. What would I roll for that?
No, I would roll.
Oh, you roll. Okay.
Yeah.
That was starting to get neurotic.
My mouse really loves to just grab roll 20 and keep it. Let's see. That would be actually that's a relationship move.
It is relation move, isn't it?
Yeah, I have that card in the player moves. Relation moves. Regains in a scene where you experience closest. Blah 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 blah. Up, you just get it. No roll necessary.
That's right.
Okay,
So you get 2 because we
So-
have a 2.
cool. I'm now unfocused.
Sweet. Are there any other moves that anybody is? I know they would sort of be meta moves at this point because you've been watching all of this unfold. But Amari, if at any point you have a question or something, if you've chatted me, I haven't seen anything. You can do that anytime you want. Just say, "Hey, Curtis, I chatted." Anybody else got anything going on before? Sorry, I'm just now getting everybody back into place. My senses about me. Welcome back to TTRPG. Oh yeah,
I was the only other one who rolled bad on that last keep it together. When Harvey blacked out, I had bad bad
right.
move.
And can you remind me what the keep it together was for exactly?
Tom. It was for
Tom.
Mr. Tom.
Thank you.
Because he's a staring boy.
And you rolled a
14, technically.
14.
It says 15, but I didn't have a -1 on it.
Right. So I'm going to, since I told you the memories are going to come flooding back, I'm going to let you have any of your memories of Tom. And the all of that, right, coming back to you. One, your recognition that you've missed some memories, and all of the emotion of that time period as well. As have you already remembered Blythe? You already remembered Blythe, right? No?
No.
Okay. My notes on who I gave what bits is a little bit loose
Oh, no.
in my head at this moment. Okay, so I'm trying to think how I'm trying to disperse these and then still keep them in the narrative, keep it interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna let you have all of Tom, but it's a disadvantage. So you get the pain of everything that goes with that time period, because it wasn't the best period in a series of events for Joel. When you take a look at the whole package, right? I mean, you had your ups and downs, but there was a whole lot of downs, really. Shooting people in the face and, doing things that you never thought you would have to do. And then it occurs to you this energy and Tom, and you know who Tom is, and it only seems logical in my head that that would also trigger, it would have to connect with Blythe, because you can't really put Tom together with you without Blythe. And so Blythe, who was dead, is sitting next to you, and rather than make you roll again, I'm going to take another stability point and put it in my pocket and let you have Blythe and Tom memories.
She is still next to Harvey, I believe.
Yeah, so she's like
Draw that.
directly across the circle from me.
Yeah, I lost track. So you can, what do you do?
Oh. I'm a hot mess. I'm just staring at her. And then I look back at Tom, and I look back at Blythe, and I look back at Tom, and then I've just got misty eyes. And I just keep staring at her. So now I'm being the creepy one. And I just start crying. And it's like little sobs, which is very out of her realm. You don't see Joel sob very often.
Right.
So she's just like breaking down and hoping nobody notices.
So in my head, I have you all divided up into basically two camps. There are some of you who are observing what's going on and becoming aware, not to use the technical term for KULT, but of your situation by the moment. And then there are some of you who are reacting, as Joel is, to her situation and not thinking about it. So those of you who are in the observing category, which I am thinking is Amari and Jerry, I don't know about Sasha and Harvey. I'll let you guys decide. But those of you who are watching what's going on rather than reacting to the emotions of it, give me a perception roll. Let's observe the situation.
I was going to ask if
Yes.
I could observe a situation
You can.
on Joel. I
Yes.
noticed her crying.
Do you want to observe or do you want to read a person? because you get to ask more personal, specific questions with read a person.
Hold on, let me look at the questions. Oh, okay. Yeah, read a person.
Okay. Yes, I'll do you just right after I get done doing these other people. Sorry.
I rolled a 13.
A 13.
Mhm.
Sasha, a 12. And Amari, did you roll yet?
I have not.
It's going to be your observe a situation or perception. Will work. That's all right. This gives me time to pull it up.
10.
Okay. So you are all less than 15. So I'm going to give you a choice. It says you get one question. You can ask a question to see if you can find it, or you can take what I'm about to give you.
More often than not, you overshare, so I'll take what you'll give me.
Same.
I know. As soon as those words came out of my mouth, I was like, Curtis, you dumbass. Good. I lost my place. Okay, so everything's kind of going crazy. Memories are flooding back for some of these people. Sasha, you see things sort of from a different perspective than Amari or Jerry. But everybody in the room shimmers for a second. You can, maybe it was the medication. You can rub your eyes, and the room is not the room that you're in. It's different. It reminds you of when the veil would break. And now you have that knowledge in whatever form, your memory of the cult stuff, of breaking realities, is back. That would be terrifying, probably to Jerry, not to Amari. Amari, you don't see it that way at all. I'll give you a couple extra connections, but I will say that you see that things are starting to come together for these people. And they're starting to figure things out and wake up. The big kicker, though, is that as you recognize everybody is getting their memories back, as you're getting your memories back, I mean, this is not to Amari specifically, but to all of you who observed, the doctor's delighted expression of gleeful observation has diminished. And now he starts to get almost a panicked look as he sort of glances about the room for a second. And then everything goes back to the way it was. I'm going to let you all think for a second on how you're going to react to this, because I'm sure your characters would be sort of speechless in this moment as all of this stuff is starting to flood back to you. And I know that you're all going to have questions, and I leave it that way because I want you to ask the questions that you think you should be asking or not. But this is when one of the other inmates, one of the other orange jumpsuits, starts talking. It's like, hey, maybe we don't, like interrupts everything's going on, breaks the silence. Hey, Doc, can I talk about my shit, man? Jesus, everybody else gets to talk about all their stuff. I want to talk about my stuff too. And the doctor's like, oh, yeah, kind of snaps out of it. And then the third jumpsuit starts talking about how his girlfriend ratted out his dealer, which was his brother. And yeah, I know I'm going to go to jail for this for the rest of my life. Yeah, probably not. I got a good lawyer. I'm not going to get the that's why I'm here, right? I'm in this hospital, not in prison. And starts talking about how, they're never going to find her. All they found was her lipstick. She's in the bottom of a pit, all you got to worry about. And, talking about snitching on a brother and stuff, on his brother. And continues to tell this story until he's vented, although the doctor's only paying about half attention. The only other non-you that's in the room would be Heaven, the new person, who is also just sort of sitting there happy, smiling, and just watching everybody do their thing, like, oh, isn't that nice? They're doing their thing. And the Dan guy, which I'm gonna you all got your memories back just now, so none of you know who Dan is. He's just another patient, but he's not doing anything, just sitting there with his head in his hands, staring at the floor. I don't know if we may get to Dan, but
Sasha turns to the
yeah
person sitting to his right. I'm sorry, I don't remember you. Have you been here before? And he's talking to Amari.
Oh, I've been everywhere.
You've been everywhere.
Yeah, haven't you?
No, I've not been everywhere. I've been to a lot of places, but I've not been everywhere. That's
too bad. You should try it sometime.
Are you gonna share with the rest of the group?
I don't know. What would you like me to share? Okay. I'm here in a mental hospital, mentally ill, as it seems. Just watching everything unfold like the rest of you. Kind of weird to have a friend reunion, isn't it?
Reunion. Sorry, I'm Sasha.
I'm Amari. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too, Amari.
So what brought you in here?
I'm trying to figure that part out.
Did you do something horrible and just like repress it, not remember? I know many people who've done that.
No. I mean, I've done some horrible things.
So have I. I burnt my family's house down.
It's an awful lot to reveal in a introductory conversation.
Just small talk.
Is she lying to me? I feel like she's lying to me.
You can make a roll for that. While you roll, the doctor looks away quickly. Jerry, you need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that would be helpful. I think I'm a little late, though.
He just looks at you confused. What?
He's just
I don't think I made it.
Oh my god.
And I stand up. Which way?
It's a bit, you're in kind of like a common area room. So it's there's a door in the room. There's bathrooms there in that area. So he just points to the door.
The nearest bathroom.
Cool. We'll come right back to you. What did you? That was a.
I rolled a 4.
And you were reading a
Amari.
person. Okay, well, you still get a question.
No, I don't. I reveal my intentions.
Oh, right. It's
So
been
I think
a while since I've actually read
through this conversation, Amari. It's pretty obvious to you that I don't trust you specifically because it's apparent that I don't know who you are, and that therefore it's it's obvious that I don't trust you, that I probably know more than I'm letting on, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
Love that. A backfired reader.
Blythe has a bunch of questions to ask about JoJo.
Uh-oh. Do you have questions, Blythe? You're
I'm
muted.
muted. But I got an 18 on
Oh,
read a
cool.
person.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yes.
And you get 2 questions. I know you got a bunch, but I'll let you ask 2 of them.
Well,
And I
take it.
overshare, so.
That's true.
And then we got to go deal with Jerry's shit, literally.
Okay. The first question I want to ask her is, how do you feel right now?
Well, there's a lot going on in life in general right now, in this moment, in this group therapy. But the biggest one is probably guilt. And there's, through the sobs and the hiccups and the all of that, you hear like a broken version of, I tried to get to you, I tried to stay, and there's just so much guilt happening around what happened.
Does that jog my memories?
I'm going to see. Was that both questions?
No, that
Okay,
was just
ask
the
your
one.
second-
I
yeah,
was
ask your
just
second one
I
first.
was just hopeful.
I know. Yeah, I already thought of it. Yeah, we'll get to that. Go ahead with your second question.
What do you wish I would do?
Honestly, I wish that you would get up and give me a hug and or slap me across the face.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you just have those, since I'm pulling everybody back in anyways. But you can have the memory of Joel at the cost of a keep it together.
I have to roll a keep it together?
Yes,
Oh my god.
I know. Well, it's because Jerry is shuffling off to the bathroom and he's got poo dripping out the bottom of his pants.
Sick. That's pretty disgusting.
It's so gross.
What I get?
Oh shit.
Oh, red
Oh,
red
fuck.
cards everywhere. Oh.
God.
Oh god.
Shit really distracted
That was,
me.
that was
Okay.
bad.
Well, here's what, since it's actually a while painful emotionally to you, Blythe, for us as an audience, it's a poignant moment as the two of you are looking into each other's eyes, and your memories of each other, your emotions, everything has just sort of comes flooding back at once. The curious thing, Blythe, you know that you've died. And you also know, or whatever the situation was for you, that has happened, and that's where you should be right now. So you're going to have some inside confusion, but it is quickly washed away by the fact that you're not there, and JoJo is right there in front of you. So you're going to lose a couple stability, and you can give Joel that hug now if you want.
Yeah, I wanna go give her a hug.
I really want to make you roll another keep it together, Joel, but I'm not. I imagine you all both break down in emotional sobs and whatnot, and fast tracking everybody at this point except poor Jerry, who's gone off to the bathroom. And Jerry, when you get into the bathroom, it doesn't look like the bathroom that you kind of expected, sort of like one that you might expect in a school, or a public facility, just bare, that commercial tile, nothing fancy. But you walk in, and while it's not fancy at all, it looks more like the bathroom that you would see at a local club or a bar. not a touristy spot, but more like a local type place, kind of grungy. It's dark. There's like, graffiti on the walls. In fact, when the door closes behind you in the bathroom, you hear the boom, 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 boom music outside when you walk in. And only because I had somebody's Spotify is going off.
Spotify.
I lost my track. What was I saying?
Techno music in the background.
Yes, techno music in the background. And I remember. Because of my other technical issues, I didn't get to get this finished. I realized what was problem with my voice changer in the audience because I was listening to the voice changer, and I was putting it through the filters that I usually go through. So I have to set up a different mic for that. So I don't have the voice, but what you hear is this really low voice and some shuffling of people in one of the stalls. And this low voice, I'll do my best, says, "Oh, finally he's in here." Right. And it's like unusually low. And you see, if you go down to the bottom of your screen, everybody can see them. There's only one or two people who will recognize them, but I will share the handouts. A woman, a young girl, a young lady, and who is obviously the source of the voice. Do I not have him? I guess I don't. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It was like the best part. Oh, Curtis, you idiot.
He's on the screen. He's on our Roll20 screen.
Yeah,
If they scroll to the
you
bottom,
can
though.
see him. I just don't have the handout. But yeah, if you screw down, you will see the characters that you were introduced to in Long Strange Trip 72 as Myth and her ferret. What was the ferret's name? Lenny. Yeah. And Lenny was the one talking in the voice. And so they come out in a very, what I now realize is not cultish, cartoonish sort of way with this talking ferret. And the ever colorful Myth walks out and goes, "God damn, you had to come back? That dream." She's just like bitching like this is just a big giant pain in her ass. And she reaching in her pocket while she's talking and fumbling around. And Lenny says something like, "Could you just give it to him so we can get the fuck out of here? God damn." And she finally finds this piece of paper and hands it to you. And I do have that. So I'm going to share that with you. Austin V. And I will leave it up to you if you want to read it to anybody. You should find it in your journal under the player handouts subcategory information. It'll say message from.
So player handouts.
Yeah, and then you see moves, advantages, disadvantages, weapons, locations, information. You click the little plus sign on information, and it'll open that up. These only ever pop up if you actually have something assigned to you in there. So if you don't see those on your home screen, that's because.
And this is from the person I'm looking at right now?
Yes. And if you scroll down, you'll see the message. It's just about a paragraph long.
Okay.
And she's like, "God damn, bro." Like looking at you. And she doesn't even have any perspective as to your state of mind or the situation you're in. So she's completely just being herself in this moment, which is very casual and open and sort of like is now reacting to the smell. And Lenny is like, I wish I had the voice because he's bantering with her like, "Oh yeah, you didn't smell, you're just now smelling that." And so they kind of have a little thing. And she's like, "All right, so you good? Because you got to get back. You know how long it took me to get a hold of that doctor?"
I'm sorry. I'm very confused. I came in here to change my shit-filled pants to walk into a pink-haired woman with a talking ferret who just handed me a note saying I've met myself twice.
Sounds about right.
Okay, just so I'm
Well,
up to speed.
Yeah. Wait a second. Hang on a second. She's looking at you in the eyes. And she reaches she reaches around and grabs a pistol out of her waist. It's you, Jerry, being a cop, your brain immediately starts to place the gun, right? You're trying to decide exactly what gun it is, in this entirely confusing situation as all of this comes back to you. But she doesn't give you enough time, and the pistol comes around and cracks you across the face. And I need you to make a not an avoid, just go ahead and endure injury for me.
Fantastic.
You're
Let's
going to
die
get your
today, folks.
you're not going to die, but you are going to get your memory back.
Okay.
She just has a very unique way of making those things happen.
So endure.
Yeah,
I'm legendarily bad at these.
I know.
And
Don't
he
come
gets
bugging me
knocked
now, I told
out
you.
once again.
And
And knockout.
One less than a 9.
Yeah, you're going to get your memories back. I am going to knock you out because it's fun. And everybody's going to be wondering where you are when you don't come back from the bathroom for so long. And for the audience, Jerry doesn't see this, but for the audience, Myth looks down and is like, let's see. And then you hear Lenny laugh. And then that scene fades away. And we cut
then
back.
he shits his pants again.
And we cut back to
You just can't escape.
the group. And I'm looking at the clock, and it's looking like we're getting down to the end of it. I want to make sure that there's no other things that I just had to do tonight. Anybody's got a move in their pocket that they were dying to make when we came back to this scene? Let me start there. Anybody do anything? Anybody want to do something?
I just hug my little baby bye. I would be happy with that.
Okay, then
I go over and stand right over the top of JoJo, and I put my arms around her.
Do I know this man who's hugging me? Because I don't think I know him.
what are you doing right now, Harvey?
Do I also recognize Joel? Is
I'm
question.
gonna wrap all that up for us nice and pretty here in a second, but I want to get your frame of mind in reference first.
Well, if I do recognize Joel, I'm not one to turn down a group hug. But otherwise, I'm sitting there and I've got my hands folded in my lap, and I just keep looking over at the doctor. I'm kind of looking around at everyone, and mostly my attention is on Sasha and the doctor in charge.
Why the doctor?
I don't like his expressions. I've studied a lot in nonverbals, in acting, in theater and stage, and he hasn't really been talking a lot, but he's been acting just strange.
Maybe a roll plus soul.
Okay.
Everybody's going to get their memories back. Amari, you're recognizing all of this as well in sort of a meta level.
13.
In conjunction with you getting your memory back, Harvey, your observation, now things are in perspective in a sense. Amari, you are the only other person who sees this. Your focus on the doctor is a little too strong. It goes past the doctor, and you see the hag. We all knew who I was talking about. Still watching you in the blur from across the room. You're the only one who can see it that you know. And she rushes you, like, way fast, creepy
I
fast.
stand from my chair and it just like knocks back with how quickly I stand up.
She's going to jump at your throat.
I'm gonna try to put my arms up and defend myself.
Roll to avoid harm.
Okay. $14.
She comes at you, you put your arms up, prepare yourself. You already know what the next thing you're going to do is. You're just that focused in this moment. And she hits you, almost like going like a linebacker, going for a tackle, except she comes at you head on. She springs from the floor. She's not tall enough to get at your throat, but she does, and you both tumble on your back. And when you land on the back, your breath comes out, and she's gone. Except you hear a little voice in your head. Now we get to do this together. And that's where we're gonna end it. Everybody,
I'm ready for next week. I got my reaction already.
If you want to fire a reaction, you can.
No,
Unless
it'll
you wanna save it?
spiral into like
Okay.
another hour.
Perfect. That saves me some writing this week. Excellent. So everybody is going to be on even keel with the memory, which means that now you all know you are someplace you're not supposed to be. As far as perspective of time and stuff, you'll still have to put some of that together. But your memories of your past prior to the stuff that's happened after, which may or may not be there. I'm not giving everything up at once. It's not fun if I just fall over with my legs in the air, right? So you get a little bit of that left, and we'll come back to Harvey's reaction next week. Man, we've got a big weekend for TTRP Theater. This will confirm that question I mentioned at noon. We've got Silent Fracture, Heart, The City Beneath is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that is an amazing one. You should come out. We've got a new GM. It's his first ever stream. So you've had some technical stuff, but I think we got almost all of that worked out. Huge improvements compared to my first 3 shows. I can tell you that. I was still having some of the same problems tonight I had in show number 1. So I am very impressed. I know that it's Mark. I know that he always gets a little stressed out about it, but he's done a wonderful job. It's been all smiles from this end. And they've just gone nuts with that. Very good show. It is a mostly European cast. T-Dorf67 is in it, who is our moderator for tonight's show. So go watch him tomorrow. Sort of a moderator payback, if you will, for all those times. And you can spam the raffles in chat and get your bits tomorrow, or points or tickets or whatever I've got them called. And then tomorrow night I'm going to be racing marbles. If you haven't come out to that, it's always fun. I still haven't decided what I am, but last time it was old Curtis, the championship marbler, was pretty much just shit talking on everybody all night long. So that was always fun. I can come up with some pretty crafty stuff like that if I'm on a mission. So you should come out and watch that. Plus you get to play and be involved. I can have 100, 200, 400 people on the track at once, and all you got to do is just type !play in chat, and you're in. And then it's just fun way to chit chat. And I usually get about 9 or 10 of us together. Austin was out there last time, had a pretty good time. I think I had a pretty good time. If nothing else, you get to laugh at me for a while. Sunday, right, is we're all right. So I questioned myself.
Faces.
Yes, happy little faces. I had a sudden self-doubt where I was thinking, are they every week or every 2 weeks? But that's what I do. So Sunday at noon is Happy Little Faces which is awesome. They just had their first show. Go check it out on YouTube. I'm starting to try that. This is how you're supposed to do YouTube thumbnails thing. And that worked out pretty good. I like them. So go check them out. And then Sunday night, 7 p.m., The Place of Wrath and Tears returns. So I'm very excited about that. They missed out on the last one. I'm sure they are all itching to play too, as everybody is itching to watch them. And that's all I got. Did I miss plugging anything for any of you? You guys got anything going on out there that you? I know Renaissance City is coming soon, right?
Soon.
I know how it is.
If real life would ever leave me alone for more than 6 hours at a time.
I'm avoiding mentioning, although here I go mentioning it, the how to play KULT conflicts, because I've only been promising that like a long time. This weekend it's going to be done because I changed it. So anyways, lots of fun, wonderful stuff. That short that you saw at the break, there's going to be more of those for all of the Old Manhattan episodes. So you're going to get to see all of this wonderful lore come back to you with all of my ugliness edited out. So thank you very much. We love and appreciate all of you. Check us out on YouTube. Make sure you do all the likes and follows. Comments on YouTube, good or bad, are very helpful for us to get better and to get more eyeballs. And with that, I think it is time to say goodnight.
Discord. Join the Discord.
yeah,
Oh,
join the
yes,
Discord.
join the Discord. God, is Izzy here? I don't have my chat up.
I don't know, but I'm scared he's gonna pop in and be mad.
It'll be the one thing he watches on the VOD. I swear I'll get a message about this. Yes, join the Discord. !Discord in chat will give you the link. And then with that, go join the Discord. That's where all the good stuff happens. It's like this, only 24/7. Yes, good night, sweet dreams, and we love you.
Good
Say it.
night.
Good
Sweet
night.
dreams.
Bye.
We love
Good
you.
night.